Alright, hello there everybody! Foxman checking back in for another episode of Foxman Plays Prison Architect. First off, I need to point out that things might look a little different, because they are a little different. The reason for that is I had to completely rebuild this prison, mostly exactly the way that we left it off in episode 1. Basically what had happened is I recorded like 2 hours worth of Prison Architect for the next episode, and I don't know if it was Fraps or me. I'm kind of, pretty kind of checklist oriented with this stuff, but Fraps didn't record. Whether it was my fault or Fraps itself, I still don't know. I'll probably say it's going to be my fault, but either way, it's frustrating because I just lost 2 hours, and then I lost another hour because I basically had made a lot of progress on the prison in that time, and I didn't want to kind of have to like summarize. Like, the point of all this is so you can see what I'm doing as I'm going. So I basically rebuilt the prison, fairly similar. The only difference is in the other one, you would have seen the canteen and the kitchen were kind of built here. But those were, as I stated in the previous one, were only ever a temporary spot for them anyways. I was going to move them over here. So I just figured, since I'm redoing this prison from scratch, I'm just going to save myself a little hassle and just put this where I want them to be in the long term anyways. And it makes it look a little more orderly and all that kind of stuff. Other than that, fence and all that stuff is pretty much, should be identical. These cells, identical. Just a slightly larger visitation area here, and the staff room is a bit larger. But other than that, things are pretty much the same, and they're kind of laid out or planned in the same way that they always were. And I even tried to get back the last one we left off. I think it was around day 11 or 12, or might have been 10. It was in the double digits at that point, and I had 12 prisoners. So I'm soon in 5.5 hours expecting another 8 prisoners, so we'll have 16. I also think I had like 9 guards or 10 guards in the last one, so I'll get those soon. And if we look at grants, I completed a few of them. I think these are pretty much the ones I had completed in the last as well. So basic detention center, administration center did those. Cell block A, which is just having a capacity, minimum capacity of 15. Prison maintenance, we got that, and staff well-being initiative. So the ones that are currently in progress, health and well-being and visitation rights, which are the ones we did end with in the previous, I don't know words. It's late. I haven't hardly slept at all in the past several days. Well, I slept a lot actually, but my sleep schedule's all wonky. So I'm ready to crash right now, but I just want to do this. I just want to get it out of there. Anyways, so that's that. While we're waiting for our dudes, let's just put it a little bit faster. Let's check out our bureaucracy, see what we've got going on here. There may be some stuff I had researched in the last one. I got a lot. I got some good bank going on right now because of these grants and stuff. But if we go back to bureaucracy, there are a few things I want to get going earlier on. So patrols for sure we want to have, and deployment and contraband. Let's get that stuff going. We also want clone and prison labor. And trying to think. Honestly, if you have the money up front, it's a really good idea to get tax relief going. Right now, we pay 30% tax on all the income we make, basically. By doing this first tier of tax relief, it's going to drop that from 30% down to 15%. So there's significant savings, especially when you start making a lot of money. Right now, it's not the end of the world kind of thing, but it does add up over time. And then the offshore tax haven is just going to drop that even further. Like, it's going to be crazy. I think it actually drops it down to 1%. Yep, it says that right at the end of the paragraph there in the description. But of course, that takes 50,000 to start, so a little more, and of course, you have to have the first level of tax relief. So I'm just going to go and do that. I'm going to do that. I also don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, and I want to try to keep this kind of within an hour. I have a tendency I could go for 2 or 3 hours, especially on a game like this. It's very easy for me to lose track of time, but I want to be a little more goal-oriented with each episode as much as I can. You know, we're still going to be a little loosey-goosey and all that good stuff, but I still think it's nice to have some order. So, first things first, actually, even before the medical ward, I really want to get the common room and stuff going, because if we look at our needs, actually, family and recreation, well, family we can help, visitation, and just the telephone. So I'm going to put some phones in the yard here. Let's just put 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be fine. And we're going to put some weight benches. We'll just put them kind of along back here. It's probably a few too many, but hey, these guys got a pump iron. It's only $100. It's not the end of the world. And what else? Laundry's going to be a big thing soon. And I'm going to hire some more guards right now. One of the things I want to do is basic door servos. I might even try to do that this episode, just because we don't have a lot of doors right now. So it's easier to kind of get that stuff in place, get it working well. And once it's established, then it's easier to expand. Door servos, pretty sure I mentioned them in the last episode. Basically, we can use them to remotely open doors or even hook them up to a door timer. So we don't even need a dude to remotely open them. Just a machine's going to be like, all right, it's like 6 o'clock, time to open this door. Really convenient for things like canteens. See, right now they're waiting for a guard to come. I can just open this door myself, but you know. So the door servos are really going to help us reducing the stress on the guards there. Pretty nifty stuff, so we're gonna do that. But what I want to do right now, and this is only gonna be a temporary location for the common room. I'm gonna put it right next to the yard here, which is also temporary. I eventually want to have the yard extending out this way instead, because this whole area is gonna be just cell blocks. But I need to do the land expansion first. So no biggie. Also, before I forget, prisoners, I'm going to shut this off now. We're at 16 of 20, so if we accepted any more than 4 in the next batch, which is definitely usually they'll do a minimum of 8, to my knowledge, then we'd have a bunch of dudes just roaming around. We could make a holding cell, but I don't like to do that. Holding cells are for pussies. I'm just joking. Not really. So let's just get going on a foundation here. We're going to put it right. Actually, you know what? Let's put it right here instead. And this will be plenty large. Marge is in charge. And we're gonna do up dee dum dee. Look good, looks fine, we'll just do a temporary staff door. Actually, we're gonna be removing these walls, but I'm not gonna do that until they at least finish building these other walls. I just don't want dudes roaming out. Which reminds me, we need to check on our deployment. So I've got it set up here. I can't remember if I did a deployment in the last episode, but just to kind of do another explanation of what it is. We're just basically saying which zones, like who can go where. So I've got my administration building here. It's staff only. So both the staff, the guards, and all of them know that if they see a prisoner in here, that's bad. Although I do need to make visitation a place they can go. But, you know, orange, so the medium security prisoners, inmates can go and hang out in these areas. It's not a big deal. And I set the rest of this general area as staff only. Kitchen, temporarily staff only. Eventually, there's actually going to be inmates that are qualified to work in the kitchen, which I put them through a program to teach them, you know, the safe way to do all that. So at that point, I will change the deployment there. And I've also unlocked the patrols, so we can do that shortly. But first, I want to materials, demolish walls. Do I have? Let me look at my staff for a second. I have 4 janitors. They could, if they wanted, they could get rid of this plant material from the indoors. Not a huge fan of that, to be honest. And these guys are bitching and moaning about something. Needs. You need a psychologist to see their needs. I've got my main staff are all hired here, my administrators. So having a psychologist is definitely something you want, because if you can't see the needs of your inmates, then it's a lot harder to kind of mediate or remedy the situation. Be like, oh, you just really want to take a shit? You don't have a toilet? Oh, okay. Or like, you really want a shower? Oh, I didn't think about that. So that's what we see here. These guys want sleep, of course. As they go throughout the day, their sleep is gonna rise, but it should be fine. Recreation's another thing, which is very much tied to the whole common room, pool table, television. So we're just gonna go and do that right now. Let me dismantle this. I'm going to, where's common room? I'm just going to say this whole area for now is common room. Again, this is larger than we need it to be, but this is also only temporary. Eventually, it's going to be a nice cell block. And let's get the objects we need. What do we need? We need, you know, at least 1 pool table, but we'll probably put in a couple here. We got the cash. Actually, you know what? Let's go with 3. We're not chintzy, not today. And televisions. Microwave oven, which is the, that's the back. Okay, and we'll just go like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. That's right. And we'll go like this, 3 and 4. And we can even put some, you know, we've already got some phones out there in the yard, but they can only use them during yard typically. So we'll just put some in here as well, just to be super nice and make sure they're not like worrying about their grandma's ankle or whatever. And that should be okay. So look at this. Look at recreation. It actively is going down right now. These dudes are, it's not how you play billiards, but if it makes you happy and you're not destroying it, if it makes you happy, then why the hell are you so sad? These guys, free time, you know, they want to go hang out in themselves. Here's something we need to do right away. Also, whenever you do construction, it always messes with the deployment. I don't like it, but I don't really see a way around it. I mean, it makes sense, but you just got to be on top of that shit. Anytime you're like doing construction or modifying or adding whatever, get ready as like step 2 is to redeploy. But we're gonna do guard patrols here. So there's a few different ways to do this. One, I can just select this guard here and plop them in a room. You know, if the room isn't completely closed by doors and walls, you know, like here it's just kind of like a big area. That's not really efficient. Just I could plop a guard there, but you know, he's got a lot to cover, so I could do like all of them there, but I don't want to do that. Right clicking removes it, by the way. But I definitely want one kind of hanging out in the canteen, and I want one in the visitation. So they're just going to kind of cover those whole rooms. But what I want to do for the cell block is, well, I could just click like that, but I can also set up specific guard patrols. So I'm going to go like this. And then once you set out your patrol, just click any one of these green squares that's already been established again. Left click it, right? If you right click it, it'll just remove it. And now this guy's basically going to walk in this little smushed circle. He's just going to go around, hang out, do that. So that's cool. I also want to do one... Sorry, wrong thing. I also want to do a guard patrol right out here by the just go like this. Actually, we don't even need to go to that extent. And then we'll just click and boom. So now, because it's a jail door, remember, jail doors can only be opened by like guards. If it's just the jail door by itself. You can also hook them up to door timers and door servos and things of that nature, but it's just good to have a guard by these jail doors. So then anytime deliveries and stuff are coming in, you don't have to wait for a guard to come from the main area where the heck he is to walk out there. It's just not efficient. So having one set up right there, he can just basically go and open the door. It's not the most efficient way of doing it. Again, having a remote door opening access or whatever is going to be the icing on the cake. But, that's good. Anyways, you can see now that we've got a common room. We finished that grant, and we would have made a little extra monies from it. So now we can take on another grant. And I'm thinking... that security, hire security chief, hire to unlock patrols. I believe I try to do this, or I started this one last time. I thought maybe I was kind of being redundant by talking about these patrols and stuff like that. If so, I apologize, but it is a pretty key thing, and it's important to kind of really understand it and make sure you're on top of it. So, going over it again it's not wasted, I feel. For some of you, you're probably like, yeah, I know this, but others may not be as familiar, and I just want to make sure that you know how to do it. Because my first time playing this game, it took me a while to figure out like how to effectively do a lot of stuff. So given that, I basically need to hire 3 more guards and then add a few more patrol routes. So I'm just going to do that. 2, 3. And let's go back to the deployment. And so I've got 2 patrol routes. Remember, having a guard in just a room in general, that's not a patrol route. I mean, they're stationed there, but they're not really on a route. They're stationed in that room. So we're gonna do one more. Actually, we can do it. Let's just do it right around here. It's a small enough yard. Boom. You're done. There's these 2 other guys here. They always like to hang out in the yard. Alright. So that's good. So we got that. I think the next thing we can do, let's just go and build the medical ward and the solitary, because at some point, some of these dudes, I want to do a shakedown pretty soon. And when you do shakedown, inevitably, there's going to be a couple guys that are breaking the rules. And usually when they break the rules, you can either put them in lockdown or put them in solitary. I like putting them in solitary because it's like it's a better way to drive home that they did something wrong. You can take away a few of the luxuries, They got a nice bed here. So usually solitary, I'll just put a toilet and a shower. It's still more than you need to put, but I don't want to make their needs go up too high because they can be stuck in solitary for quite a while. But we're going to put it over here. And actually what I'm going to do is, because this here, you see this one white line that I've planned. I got a weird spinny wheel. There we go. That's going to be a cell block. I'm going to be doing the whole land expansion thing anyways, but For now, just to save a bit of room, what we're going to do is materials, demolish walls, and let's just get rid of this guy and this guy. I mean, I really shouldn't be doing this just in case somebody gets out. You should do kind of in stages so to make sure there's at least one level or one boundary at all times. But these guys know they're not supposed to go outside anyways. The guards know that. So, and these guys should hopefully be quick enough. Let's just speed things up a little bit here. Hello, governor. So what I'm going to do is bum bum ba-da-dum bum bum. I'm going to objects. No, okay, sorry, I'm sleep deprived still. Let's go like, let's just do this for now. We'll do this, and then objects. We're gonna put a staff door here. Again, we're gonna knock down these two little walls eventually, but we'll just put the staff door up so that they can do their thing. It always requires an entrance so that they can access it. Accessibility. So over here, we're going to be putting solitary, and we're going to be putting the infirmary. And you always want to keep those two close together, because usually guys that do something that dictates them going into solitary, they get beat up by the guards, or they were beat up by somebody, whatever it may be. Usually they're not going to be going to solitary without injuries. I mean, they can if you just found drugs or something like that, but a lot of times when they get rowdy, the guards are going to beat the crap out of them first, and then they're going to take them to solitary. But if they're injured, they'll take them, put them in the infirmary, get them healed up, and then they can put them in the solitary confinement. Let's just slow this down a tiny bit so I can plan out without time going by too fast. So what I'm going to do here is 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, let's go like this. So we're gonna have, I'm kind of future-proofing this. On the left side is gonna be a hallway when we expand this way anyways, and then there'll be more cell blocks on the other side. Maybe we'll do another row of solitary confinement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's gonna be okay. We'll do 8 for now. So let's go and put up some walls. I always forget which buttons to click. Concrete. There we go. Get this shit going. Don't worry, soon I'm gonna start building some more cell blocks, because we're not making hardly any money right now because we only have 16 inmates. But I do want to get a couple of the basic things in before we start getting a lot more inmates, because then you're just going to be playing catch up forever, and that's no fun. So let's do this here. This is going to be a small infirmary, but the infirmary, there's no minimum footprint required for it. Like a lot of things, an office needs to be at least 4 meters by 4 meters. The infirmary doesn't. It just needs to have medical beds, or at least one medical bed, but usually you're going to want to have more than that, and a doctor as well. And the solitary really could actually just be one block, as long as it's enclosed on all sides by like walls and doors. Now you could do that, but the person, the inmate, they might be in there for quite a while, and that means they're going to really have to take a leak. They're going to have to shower. You know, you don't want them coming out too angry. I think that's one area of the game where it's not quite realistic. Like, I feel I shouldn't have to appease to some piece of shit who's in solitary confinement just so he doesn't go on another rampage as soon as he gets out. But that's the way the game is. I think other people are kind of like, well, I've put televisions and like books and stuff in my solitary. It doesn't make a difference. They just go on a rampage regardless. I'm you know, not super duper familiar with it, to be honest. I mean, I've had a lot of guys in solitary and whatnot, but I haven't actually had that many. I've never actually, I'm at about 60 hours now, I've not ever had a single riot, believe it or not. I mean, I've had people kill and stuff, but that's about it. No riots and no fires. Sprinklers are something I really need to get on, but I usually make sure there are ways that you can ensure you're going to have a fire. One is by putting water near like electrical shit, so you don't want to do that. What do I need to do? Utilities, we need to get this hooked up with some electricity, so let's just continue this like so, and we'll bring this in here. I also need to get some piping. You can also see here, yeah, I should just pre-planning the piping. I got that out of the way early on because I knew the cell blocks are going to go exactly here, and my piping needs to be as such, and my electrical. So I just did that before you build on top. It makes it a lot easier. But I'm also going to be putting, you know what, let's just go, since this dude's already here, we're just going to go like this. And the guys are only going to be in solitary for such a period of time, so I really don't have to worry about them digging out and then kind of using this pipe as the large pipe as an express route to escaping. It's something you do need to concern yourself with for the cells that they're in like every night pretty much. So you want to have it as a little further away. So I've got a bit of a buffer here with the shower, so they can't just kind of hop in there. And then we're gonna do, we need toilet. Well, we don't need toilet, but I put a toilet. I think that's pretty much like the basic thing. You don't need a shower, but I also put a shower just because I'm a cool dude. And then we'll put a drain. I'm gonna, one of the spaces is gonna be empty just so they can kind of sit or lay on the ground or whatever. You can finish with this couple of electrical cables, please. There we go. And then we're gonna go and get actually this is solitary. Okay, still have to put the doors up, don't worry, I didn't forget about it. And then this is that. So we'll just put one of these here, zoom in, and it's gonna point out these guys. Sure, let's just go like this, give it a little space. Welcome to the Space Jam, Space Jam. And we're gonna do solitary doors on these bad boys. Actually, I'm gonna wait until they oh, sugar. I want that drain there. Until they put the rest of the stuff in, then I'll put the doors up. Oh, go fast again. Okay. Another thing I don't want to forget about. Demolish this wall, and we're gonna dismantle this door. Again, and we gotta look at deployment, see what's happening. There we go. And this is gonna be staff only out there. That'll be staff only. That's no access, but it's not a big deal. Oh, and of course they removed it, so we have to do that again. Nice. Materials. I hate it when you remove a door, it removes the like tiling underneath it, so it's unfinished. It just bothers me. It bothers me. Hurry up now. Finish these things, dudes. I guess they do have to come through the one door. Alright, while they're doing that... Oh, I need to hire doctors. Might as well do that, because... There's a couple beds, so we'll hire 2. There we go. Got some extra cash there. And how many prisoners? Well, we're still at 16. That's okay. Let me look at some of this other stuff. 50 prisoner... We're going to get into some of these, but we've also got $65,000. So I don't want to take on grants right now that I really don't need the money for. and that I'm not going to get around to for a little while. Again, like I was saying, we want a little bit of stability just to make sure everything's a-okay before we start expanding too fast, too furious. One of the things I'm gonna do... no. Let's, okay, if these guys could finish up this shit, I'm gonna then plunk in the next block for the next cell block. But something I'm noticing here, there's really not a lot of tables. This is gonna be tight. I mean, I usually like to leave a space in between stuff, but the game doesn't really penalize you as far as I can tell for that. So, suck it, game. I'm gonna extend this out. Obviously, same thing for the kitchen. This is pissy little kitchen and canteen right now, but that is okay. So, utilities. Apparently, I didn't hook that guy up there. So, finish that, and we'll go like this. Like that. So now when I go to my policy here, I'm basically going to change. This is something I also need to kind of find the best strategies for. If it's better to do certain things lockdown instead of solitary. Of course, we can also change the time duration. I'm just going to leave them as is for now. But you can also say, well, if this guy does do destruction, like, do we want to search him or his cell? Escape attempt, I mean, we're definitely doing that. Attack, you know what? What is there? I mean, we might as well, I don't know. I mean, I feel like this is a little excessive, perhaps. It's basically, it's going to put more work on the staff. But what I want to show you shortly is automating. We're going to automate some stuff. Actually, look, you know what? Let's do that now. So what I'm going to do is do a temporary entrance here, because we're going to be blocking this one when I go to build a foundation. Just going to build this out like so. I'm going to build a CCTV monitoring station and the door control system, and maybe even set up some timers. You got an entrance right there, you ding dong. Seriously? Are you're freaking kidding me? All right, fine. Have another door. Have it your way. All right. Just finish that. Post haste. Alrighty. Good job, boys. It's too many guards in the yard. Get watching these ding dongs. 60,919. It's okay. It's okay. What was I gonna do? Okay, so the sort of, oh, that bothers me. That bothers me. That bothers me. Demolish. There we go. All right, that's better. And what we can do here is we're gonna do room. We're gonna do security. I'm gonna be changing this, you know, making it better at some point, but for now, I'm just gonna go like this. That's fine. And actually, before I forget, of course, boom. There we go. So, security, we need a desk. The same thing as an office, but it's, you know, sort of special, I guess. So that goes there. That goes there, and we'll put, actually, we'll just put this shit there. And then if we go to the utilities, oh, I forgot. We still need to unlock this. So, see, I'm going to do the remote doors and the CCTVs. And let's get you doing that. Might as well do the bank loan. And you can just get education out of the way. And we got the monies. I want the monies. This little black bar on the left here, so that pops up sometimes. It's kind of annoying. Because a lot of these areas, they're not, you can't see what's going on. Because there aren't any guards. I should actually, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set a guard on patrol just like this. There we go. If there's no guard and no CCTV cameras, then you can't see what's going on in that area. And that's problematic if there are inmates in that area, because they could be doing drug deals and passing around contraband and doing Lord knows what. But if somebody's watching, it cuts down on all that malarkey. All right. Remote access doors, good. Okay, so let's check out utilities. I can not put CCTV monitor just yet, but that's okay. Put this guy there, and then we're gonna put a CCTV monitor right next to him when that's finished up. And let's do some, let's put our door timers, I don't know, where do we want to put their door timers? We'll just put a couple down here. We'll start with 3, we can add more. So this is something that you need a guard on. That and the CCTV monitor. If there's nobody standing by these consoles, then they're not being operated. And that can be problematic. Because if nobody's watching the CCTV monitor, then the cameras are useless, right? And you can't see what's going on there, and then the fog of war is going to appear. CCTVs are almost done, but okay. So utilities, door servos. This is cool. You're going to like this. So you got to place the gears right above the door. So there's a large jail door there. And I'm also going to be putting one above each of these doohickeys. And by doohickeys, I mean smaller jail doors. We're going to automate this stuff. And you put the gears above the door, like where it is when it's closed, not when it's open. That kind of threw me off the first time I was trying to figure out how to work the door servos. And connecting them as well can be a bit tricky. So now I can also put in the CCTV monitor. I'm just going to put it right here. And let's get some cameras in some areas where we need them. We'll put one, make sure it's pointing the right way. You can see there's a little angle on the one end where the camera actually is supposed to point. Put that there. Let's put one here for now. That should be okay. And we'll definitely put one in the visitation. I don't know if there's let's just line it up with this door. There we go. So we'll need to connect them to the CCTV monitor. You can install the cameras themselves, but they're useless if they're not connected. And they're okay. We got a guard hanging out there, so they'll be flashing with a little caution sign when they're not hooked up. All we have to do, click the CCTV monitor. You want to click this, not the camera first. I don't know why it gets a little funky sometimes. I click the monitor and then click connect, and then you're going to see this little line follow you around. Click the actual camera, and then I can just click the monitor again, and it's going to just keep doing this. So we just kind of find all of the monitors we have. Boom. And you can do more than one CCTV monitor. It just means you're going to need another guard to be monitoring that one as well. So you'll want more guards, basically, because if you're too stretched thin, then you're just going to have a bunch of CCTV monitors that aren't being watched. Same thing for the door control systems. So now you can see, well, I mean, there are guards there, but here you can see it's nice. This room is lit up. It's good. And that makes me happy. So next thing, I'm going to show you guys some basic door servo functionality. I want these doors, we're going to start with the door timers. Actually, not even the guards. So when you click a door timer, you can say, I want these doors open at like 3 a.m. for whatever reason for an hour, like 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. And you can pick these as you wish. It can be as nonsensical as you want. I don't know why you would want that, but hey, some people just want to watch the world burn. Or you can do it to tie in with these different regime time slot dealios. So I want their cell doors to open automatically when they have free time, when they have yard, when they have shower and eat and work, I guess. So I can kind of crack down on some of these. I can do it as I want, but basically when they're in lockup or when they're sleeping, closed. So we'll just start with that, kind of easy and simple. And so now I just hit connect. And you can do a thing called like daisy chain or daisy linking or however. So when one is opened, it's going to open everything that's linked to that original one. So I could just connect this timer to this first door servo. And then anything that's connected to this guy here is going to follow the same actions that he's following. So you got to watch out for that, though, because you can also hook up a door control system to that one guy. So anytime somebody's requesting this jail door to be opened, it's actually going to end up opening all of them. And that's kind of defeats the point, I feel. So you have to be a little selective when you do that kind of thing. It can be useful, of course, but I'm going to avoid doing it right now. So we're going to do this door servo for the whole cell block. And then we're just going to keep clicking these. Unfortunately, this is a little bit tedious here. I don't know if there is an easier way to go about this that I'm just not aware of, but it does make for some pretty cool cable design stuff. It's very nice and pretty and flowy. Another thing, when I very shortly hopefully get to show you the cloning, when you clone an area, it's gonna put the door servos, it's gonna copy them, it's gonna copy the walls and every item, but it will not copy or clone utilities and any connections. So you're gonna have to redo these, not redo on these ones, but do new connections on any new servos by hand. So anyways, oopsies, I didn't mean to press that. Now you can see it's shower time, which is a time where I want all these doors open. So they're open. Green means that they're open. That's cool. Eat time as well. I could say, actually, let's say eat time, they're closed. Now look at automatically. Hey. I'm a little confuzzled. Why aren't they? Now it's free time, they're open. That was weird. Because they were red, but they didn't actually close. Maybe I'm just doing something wrong and I'm just not picking up in my sleep-deprived state. But, it's fine. They're allowed to be in there right now. Now another thing I'm gonna do is what was it? Oh, yes. I'm gonna show you another cool way to do this. So we're gonna put a door servo above this dude. And we're going to connect it to... Come on. Somebody's got to go and install it. But when they install it, it's going to be glorious. Come on, open the door so we can install it. Great, now... Oh, of course. We need the electricity. Let's just bring this guy like so. Actually, you know what? I completely forgotten about metal detectors, and I feel like such a dummy because that's one of the first things I like to do. Let me find metal detectors. There we go. Be metal detectors there and there. Put one there. And same thing here. And let's just be super safe. Put them there. For now, that should be okay. We'll even put one here. So now I need to make sure that, because they need dedicated electricity. And you know another thing? We're going to put a door servo above this door. And we're going to... Oh, fiddlesticks. We overloaded. Overloaded. Let's just go crazy. There you go. We can do up to 16 capacitors. I feel like I've mentioned that a few times in the previous episode. We're getting close there. And now you can just switch that fudger on. There. Crisis averted. No biggie. So now we're going to hook up this door control system to this door servo and to this door servo. So these ones aren't timed. Basically right now it's just saying like whenever somebody wants to go in there, the person who's monitoring the door control system is going to open it. But I can also do the timer on that shit as well. So I'm going to do one just for yard. So it's going to open it whenever it's yard. So if some dude does wander away from this, he goes for a break. If all the inmates are going out there for yard, it's fine. But it's also a jail door, so a guard could just manually open it as well. But again, the whole point is to reduce the amount of things that the guards need to do. We want to try and automate a lot of this stuff. So that's kind of cool. This guy, this is more of a main entrance, a weak one at that, but I'm just going to keep him as is for now. And I should put a door servo, utilities, above this guy. And again, so he can be remotely opened in case the guard that's patrolling here happens to go on a break, a rest. And break. So now that I'm pretty much... Oh, shit. And I should do actually what? Let's do one for the canteen while we're at it. We're in the mode. So then, anytime that these punks, it's eating time, we're gonna... Actually, we'll do a special one just for eating. Okay. So this guy needs to be connected. Bam. Oh, and of course, I'm always forgetting electrical. Did they install that? So the eating, is it this one? No, it was this one. Connect to this guy. There. Now it's automatically open. Nice. The guard can just basically keep it real. What are you guys whining about? Serious complaints? Uh-oh. Let's see what we got going on here. Clothing. Shit. We definitely need laundry. So let's just do that before it's too late. Let me just make sure. Okay. Materials. Again, I really shouldn't be doing it like this, but oops, autosave. Let's I'm just gonna get this out of the way. Actually, you know what? Let's keep going a little bit more. I'm gonna do a cleaning room as well while we're while we're at it, concrete, and just go like this. Since we're doing all this mumbo jumbo, we'll put a temporary staff door. Let's go, whatever, doesn't really matter. We'll put it there, I guess. I mean, it does kind of matter. Want to be efficient. Alright, taking a sip of my drink. Tangy. Alright. Yeah, I don't want to leave any needs unmet. So we need to put another wall, and I'm just thinking about this. Give me a moment. Because this is going to be a hallway anyways, and then we're going to go like, the cleaning room needs to be at least 3 by 3. We're going to make it a little bit bigger, and then this is going to be a, for now it's going to be a massive laundry, but that's okay. And then we'll go like this, and we'll go like this. And then we're going to go ahead and put some, for laundry we will need these smaller pipes. I got to figure out where we're going to put the actual laundry machines. Cleaning room doesn't need anything other than to be a room and be designated as such. So I can go ahead and do that. Oh, wait. I want to put a door. I'm putting a normal door instead of a staff door because I can get inmates to work in here. But the staff door is useless for them. They need to be able to get in and out. So a regular door, they can do that. And I will also add in a metal detector just to be on the safe side. And I'm going to do that for the laundry as well. I'll put a door. And now I can do cleaning room. Bam. And I can do, I'll just do this laundry now, and then we'll actually start putting the stuff in. So utilities, this is going to need some electrical. We'll just run this guy down like so. And objects, let's go ahead and start putting in some of these laundry machines. How much? 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do a 6. For now. And we'll just go like so. And then we're going to fill it up, not with bins, laundry baskets. Let's go like this. This laundry room is plenty big, but, you know. There we go. And since we have, you need prison labor to be able to build a laundry facility, because the janitors by default will do this stuff, but, you know, they got a lot of stuff to do. So you might as well just let the prisoners do that. And then we're just gonna go like this and like this, because they need electricity and water. Let's go back to our deployment, because we've been building some stuff. Oh, make sure this is like that. And boom, boom, boom. There we go. And I can actually now, I can dismantle. Uh-oh, they found some contraband stuff. It's good though. Put them in the solitary. Dismantle. Hey. I need to do a shakedown. I'm going to do a shakedown tonight, because we haven't been doing any. Another thing, we want a CCTV camera in here. Actually, at least one. Let's put 2, just to be safe. And I'm gonna put one in the cleaning room as well. That's right. Come on, finish your work, dudes. Oh, we got a prisoner, Adam. Good job, Adam. If I see you back here, I'm gonna execute you. That's not a promise. That's a guarantee. Same thing. Whatever. Actually, now we can start looking at some grants. Let's do the prisoner acclimatization and engagement. Let's do that guy. And let's do the cell block B, because I'm going to start building some shit real soon. Can you finish up this mother fudging... Seriously. What are all my workmen doing? I guess, here, you know what? It is not the most efficient thing for them to have to go through that way. And eventually, I'm going to have a workshop and classroom around here. And then an export area. So, you know. I'll do that. And maybe, just to be doubly sure, let's put one in there. There you go. Oh, that bothers me to no end. When you remove a door, unfinished concrete. All right, let's connect these CCTV cameras. Connect. One, I'm just gonna zoom out to make it a little easier. I apologize if you're like, what's going on? I'm watching this on my iPod and I can't see anything. I'm sure you don't sound like that. That's what I sound like. Alright, let's fix the deployment again, I'm sure. Yes, of course, always. And that's good, that's good. Now we can assign some prisoners to these things. So deployment, to do that, we click deployment. And then there's this little jobs button here, Steve Jobs. And you can see all the rooms that are green are where you can allow prisoners, inmates to work. And it also tells you, it's based on the size of the room, how many jobs you can have. You know, the size of the room, and I'm sure the equipment you have in there as well is going to be a bit of a factor. So we're just going to do 6 jobs there. And let's just fill it out. Even though I only have 15 prisoners. For the kitchen, to fix that, because you see I only have a staff door. I'm going to change this staff door to a whoopsies. There we go. Just a regular door. And then that's going to enable prisoners to come in here and work. But first, they also have to learn. They need to become qualified to work in a kitchen. So they basically are going to job shadow the cooks. And I'm going to show you how we can do that. So again, deployment, got to fix it, as always. So if I go to my reports tab here, we have a programs. This is where we hide all of the different programs that are going to help better reform the inmates. Some of them are a little more direct, like, hey, you've got behavioral issues, we need to fix you. Or like, you've got a drug addiction, like, let's do that. So these things, I mean, you'll notice there's, for the workshop safety induction, there are 5 interested in this. The kitchen safety and hygiene, there's 4 interested. Carpentry and apprenticeship, that's 0 interested / qualified. So even if you're you have to be qualified to do it as well, which means you need to pass one of the other programs first, which is going to probably, I believe it's a foundation education before you can do carpentry. And then there's these guys that say Q. So this is more of like a, hey, you've got a drug addiction, like, we're putting you in this program. It's not kind of like, hey, I want to do this. So you can see there, you know, it's led by a doctor in infirmary. An infirmary, come on. So you need infirmary and doctor, obviously. Session length is 1 hour. The referral is a drug addiction, so they need to know that that inmate has a drug addiction. So that's why they know currently 3 of them have drug addiction, so that's why there's 3 in queue. The students have to sit. This one is repeatable. Some of these programs aren't repeatable, so if they fail, they fail. But it's good that this one's repeatable. It's passive and it's easy. If we look at the workshop safety, so you can see the fourth bulletin there says it's voluntary. So you can't force them to do that. It's just like, I want to learn to work in the workshop kind of thing. So you need prisoners to be interested in doing that. So that's kind of the difference in interested and in queue. I know that can be confusing. It confused me when I first started playing this. And of course, you know, qualified means you need to be qualified to take that. You need to learn the basics before you can learn the advanced. Walk before you run, or crawl before you walk. I don't know. I just, as soon as I came out of the womb, I started flying. It's crazy. So what I'm going to do actually for the kitchen, because I want guys to work in the kitchen, but they need to be qualified. You can't just be like, well, actually, if I go, I'll show you what I mean. If I go jobs, now you can see, because we put a normal door there, they can actually access the kitchen to work there. Max jobs, 7, but only 0 are qualified. Only 0, oh my goodness. So to get them qualified, they need to go through the kitchen safety and hygiene. So we're going to do that. But for them to actually be able to go into this program, they do their programs during a work period, right? So to find that, we go to our regime, and we see we don't have any work right now. It's crazy, I know. So I'm going to go ahead and put some work in. We're going to do just do 2 block here, and we'll do, so we're going to do 3. No, we're going to even do 4 for now. That's fine. They'll be okay, don't worry. So now, because it was 1 hour blocks for the kitchen, so we could technically have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks. Problem is, I mean, ideally, I only want these guys working, because you need the cooks to teach them. So I don't want the cooks distracted from cooking food so much. It doesn't really matter, but ideally, I'd like the kitchen stuff to be happening after this last meal. Is something to kind of think about. I don't know if it actually really makes much of a difference. They basically just sit in there and watch them cook shit. So I guess it doesn't actually matter. But, so there's 5 interested. I'm going to hit start. And you can see here, sometimes they just don't go. Like, so now there's actually 5 spots here. Only 4 are in it. If I hit start again, you know, this guy decides he just wants to job shadow at this time. Fine, whatever. And they'll be more interested and they'll get enrolled and all that stuff. Cool. Okay. So once they finish going through that, then I can give them some jobs actually working in the kitchen, and then we're going to finish off this acclimatization and engagement dealio. So I'm going to try and wrap this up shortly, but one thing I'm going to do is I want to show you guys the clone tool. Star Wars Episode 1, the Clone Wars. We're going to first just build a general foundation, and we're going to start doing the cell blocks actually over here. I'm going to go and do this. How much money do I have? 31,000. This is fine. We'll just go like this for now. And let's give them a nice door so they can get in there and do their work. We're going to be demolishing this kind of 7 looking wall. It's a weird looking 7. Or an L on its side. I don't know, whatever. You get what I'm talking about, but first I want them to build these walls. And then I'm going to show you, once they build the foundation, I'll show you the cloning. Look at this. These doors, it's all automatic. Free time, so their doors, they're open. Also, I meant to do a shakedown. Let's do a shakedown tonight. Remind me. I always forget to do shakedowns. That's a problem. And look at this door servo working. That little staff dude, he got in and out. Didn't need a guard to open up this jail door. Look at, boom. They just go in because this dude is sitting behind the desk making it happen. Oh, this guy's getting searched. He went through a metal detector. Yeah, that's right, bitch. Alright, that's, oh, perfect timing. So materials, demolish this, and demolish this, and then we can dismantle that door now that we don't need it. And I can also fix this little block of concrete flooring. Cool. And if you look at our utilities, like I was mentioning earlier, I've already laid out the piping and stuff because basically all my cell blocks are pretty much the same, so I know how to lay it out even when I don't have the cells there themselves, just with a little bit of planning and doing counting the blocks and stuff. It's pretty easy once you get into it. So, alright, they've cleared that out. So cloning, pretty simple. You click the clone button, and then you right click on your mouse to first designate the area you want to clone. So I'm actually going to start here with the showers, and you'll see right now that's the biggest area I can clone. And you're probably thinking, well, that's silly, but there's a very logical reason for that. You could just, if they didn't have a limit on it, you could clone, say, your whole prison, but that creates such an amazingly large job queue that your game is going to get so laggy, and you're going to be like moving at a couple frames per second. So by keeping the clone tool to a very limited area, it's helping you from later frustration. And it's fine. I mean, it makes it so the game isn't like too easy or whatever like that, I guess. So we'll let them start building this stuff, and then we can, because I don't want to clone this again because I only want one shower. So now I'm going to right click again. And when you left click, that's when you're actually like telling it to clone that area. Let's go down like that. Well, you know what, whatever. We might as well just, it's going to be expensive, but we'll get it out of the way. And that will get us a little closer, not all the way, it'll bring us up to 40 of 50. But I'm going to start allowing more prisoners to come in here, because we've only got 14. That's like pathetic. But again, we're still making a little bit of money. That's fine. We're not kind of in any issues. But the intent of this episode has been more to kind of reach a little bit of an equilibrium. Also, I severely hope... Oh, I was like, I know I put the pipes in. I hope I didn't move them, like shift them one block. I guess I just failed to do this, which is okay. Actually, I should probably just do that for all of these guys. There we go. Okay, not the end of the world. The world is a vampire. So I'm going to go ahead and say, come on in. Bring me some more prisoners. So how many? We're going to get 13 prisoners, which doesn't quite make sense, because right now I only have room for, wait, math, 10. Okay, it just went up one. As these guys are finishing this shit. You know what? Whatever. Let's live dangerously. I'm not going to stop them from coming now. Okay, now we're up to 11. Oh, okay, so 2. Don't worry. It's fine. It's fine. They're going to be finishing these guys up pretty soon. Okay, one more. By the time, because they have to manually bring them all in anyway, so by the time they get them all in here, there's going to be more than enough. So the prisoners, let's close this again, just so I don't have a nice surprise next time I start this up. Alright, come on, boys. Come on, boys. Clone. And look at, by bringing in those extra 13 guys, our cash flow went up quite significantly, like $1,600. That's good. Soon, and especially once we get a workshop going up and we're actually producing goods and exporting them, oh, that's when you're cooking with peanut oil right there, I tells you. Also, let me just finish off this cloning. I can afford it. Oh, barely. It's not cheap. Those servos. Gotta watch out for them servos. But it's fine. Actually, what I can do is let's look at our grants. Did I? Oh yeah, I didn't research. You can research. Wait, approved? Huh? You can accept no more than 3 grants. Oh, I thought it was saying you can accept no more at this time. So I can actually accept 1 more and get some nice cash. We're gonna do. I believe. Did I do this in the first episode? I think I did that early on, right? The inmate nutrition research. Oh, it's completion bonus anyways. Let's do this guy. Let's do this guy. Okay. Let me see here. See, these guys are having fun. And I'm keeping an eye on them with the cameras. That's good. They're just basically jerking off in there. It's a big circle jerk. Whatever. I'm gonna need to get some more guards, I'm sure, at some point, but we're okay for now. Gonna need to expand this canteen soon as well. Oh, wait. Contraband. Oh, neither of these guys want to be informants. That's the best way to get, well, the only way to get informants is if there are guys in solitary confinement, click the contraband button and then click informants here, and they'll have like a little yellow circle above them if they're willing to be basically enrolled in your confidential informant program. And then you can get them to report on the ongoings of all the inmates and stuff. You got to be careful though, because other inmates can get suspicious, and if they know that they're CIs, then they'll kill them. And that's good for nobody, because if we look at my dealio here, daily cash flow, you can see I've gone 11.7 days thus far without incident. That's good. But if somebody kills another inmate, then that'll go back to 0, and we're going to lose this $1,400 dollar a day bonus we've got going on here. And this keeps going up with more and more days without incident. So that's cool. I want candy, bump, 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 bump. I want candy, bump, bump, bump. So another thing we need to do that we didn't copy was the metal detectors here. And we need to connect all these servos. Because, like I said, when you copy the servos, it doesn't copy the connections. And that's probably for the best. It might create mayhem. Wait, utilities. Okay. So this guy needs to be connected to all of these. So, just gotta be careful here. Again, a bit of a pain, but it's worth it. And look at this crazy, colorful string-a-ling-a-ding we got going on here. Oh, Joby, you're gonna get your feet wet. Oh, Joby, get over here. Yeah. Oh, I love Joby. Okay. We're getting there slowly. I apologize if you're like, oh, I hate this part. Well, guess what? I'm not too fond of it myself. But we gotta do it. We gotta do good. We gotta do good. We gotta do good. Alright, here we go, baby. Now we're cooking with peanut oil. And... oh, found some shear thingies. Alright, cool. Cool. That's good. We need... these areas are dark. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. Guard patrols. Yeah. You know what? I'm actually not gonna... there's nothing for them to do there. If inmates are hanging out in these dark corners, then whatever. Have at it. That's your one chance I'm giving you. let me just think about something here. I got all this space here. I can always extend the infirmary. I could do that. Actually, I could have put the laundry here even. Nah, that would have been too tight. I could have put the cleaning room here. That'd be okay. Sorry, I'm cracking my knuckles. There's probably some other use. This is not the most ideal way to go about this. But, I might tweak it. I might put more solitary here, and then just put these doors on the other side, and then have doors here, and then there'll be all the cell blocks and stuff over here. And you can see now we can actually purchase this land here for 20,000. I can purchase any of these sides for 20,000, right? But as soon as I purchase this one for 20,000, it's automatically going to make this guy here or this guy here become worth 30,000, because it also means you're going to be buying this little chunk of land up here. You're always going to have like a rectangle of land. It's not going to be like a kind of the cross or anything like that. So with each bit of land that you buy, it actually causes some of the other bits of land to increase in value, because you're actually increasing the land you're buying. You're not getting ripped off. Oh, contraband, informant. Oh, this guy's too deadly. He doesn't want to be a CI. Whatever, Trevor. Ah, look at this guy cleaning up, though. Good job. Good job. I think things are going all right. I mean, I know they're going all right. Probably use a few more guards, I'm sure. We need to get more automated. Let me see. Assigned. Oh, let me check the old Jobberoni rice. 4 qualified for the kitchen. So let's just go ahead and 1, 2, 3. I'm going to 4 jobs. And there, we just got an extra 10,000 for completing that grant of prisoner acclimatization and engagement. Now I can look at more grants, perhaps. Prison manufacturing facility. We can do that. It may. You know what? I want to do these things. I want to keep playing, but I said I wanted to keep this around an hour, and I think we're floating a bit above that, which is, you know, that's okay too. Things are okay right now. I think we're gonna leave ourselves in decent hands in the next episode. We're not gonna be too like loopy and like, what's going on? What did I do to myself? I don't want to hate my past self. I love my future self. I want to make sure he's set up good and proper. So we're at a good quitting spot right now, and we're gonna go and get the cell block B, do workshop, do a few more of the grants in the next one, look at a bit more automation and stuff. And I also want to pretty up the prison slowly but surely. And I forgot, you know, okay, here we do shit, fuck it. Normally I do the shakedown right at like 11 p.m. or 12 a.m. But that way, because it takes a while, and it takes all your guards to do that shit. Except these guys are going to stay here to do these doors, which is kind of nice. They can open up some of these doors we've got for the staff that aren't staff doors, that are jail doors. But, of course, this guy decided to go on break. So now I'm just going to manually open that. Okay, he's back anyways. It's fine. You can see the larger the prison gets, the more spaces there are to search. And it's easiest to do this at nighttime when they're all in their cells, because the guards don't have to chase them down. They're not getting quite as aggravated. They're not missing out on meals. Freaking open. Like, what do you... What? He's right there. Open it. Oh, they're in there because... But it's free time. It should have been open. Okay, whatever. I know they're pissed off, especially because 11 prisoners have been unnecessarily searched. 13. That pisses them off. But I'd rather them be pissed off for that than, like, look at all this contraband we have found. Spoon! 4 of them. stolen. We got needles, booze. See, now that's going to put more guys in the queue for, 6 guys. Before, wasn't it like 3 for the drugs and the alcohol stuff? So, there we go. That's what I wanted to finish off. And it's a good... There's a bit of a glitch. One of the hard ways to find out about tunnels is after, like, some dude has kind of escaped to some extent. Or if dogs can kind of sniff them out. But the best way, which I don't really like, is actually dismantling toilets and then installing them again. And then you'll discover that shit. It's kind of annoying, but it works, I guess. I'm not sure if that's something that's going to be fixed in future updates of the game. But it's there. Oh, wait. Contraband informants. Yes. Let's do this, buddy. Experience recruit informant. There we go. So his just close this. Scott Stoneman. Let's look at his biography. Writing. Experience. I don't really care. Estimated reoffending chance 65%. We gotta get that down. You gotta learn some shit. So the way that confidential informants work, by default they're idle. So here's his suspicion level. And it's going down, which is good. But if I actually want to like learn stuff, I have to come in here and hit activate. One of the guards is going to take them to basically the security office here, and they're going to talk. So you want to do this at certain times to reduce the suspicion from other inmates and stuff. All right, just something to keep in mind. So right now his coverage is 20%. That's not that great, but that's why we want to get a few confidential informants. And the cool thing, metal detectors, don't undervalue those because they reduce a lot of the contraband and stuff you're going to be finding in the shakedowns. I mean, it is good to make a habit of doing shakedowns, every few nights, kind of thing. And you can even just do shakedowns kind of on one cell block at a time, which is also good because then it's quicker and you're agitating less inmates, and you can just kind of like every night do a shakedown but of a different cell block, and just you're kind of rotating it. So that's a good way to do it as well, but I haven't done one in a while and I've only got 2 cell blocks here, so not a big deal. That's good. All right, let's see. So we're up to 13.8 days without incident. I like that. I like it a lot. And with that comes some good things. Of course, that isn't going to last forever, I'm sure. But we'll ride that pony for as long as it's willing to let us. And yeah, I'm just thinking. Yep, okay. That's good. I'm going to save it. Save prison. Save over this stupid Foxhill. And by stupid, I mean awesome. It is a pretty sweet prison thus far. So next episode, what you can expect, obviously, we're going to build a dog kennel and get armory going on. So we'll get the armed guards and the dog handlers going. Get them doing some patrols and stuff, help us out. Also going to put the 2 cell blocks in this area that are intended to go there, and we'll move the common room and the yard. What I'm going to do is I'm going to buy this property here, or this land, expand, and then the yard is going to jut out here, and then I'll probably have a common room or 2 kind of back here, and then we'll fill this in, and we'll go with that, and that'll probably be it for that episode, other than like grants and a few other things. And then the episode after that, I imagine I'm gonna unlock this area, and then we can start putting some more cell blocks, or at least planning them out along this way. Oh, and for sure next episode we're gonna be doing workshop and classroom as well. Do that kind of stuff. Should be fun. We're getting there. The key is to kind of one step at a time. You don't want to get too far ahead of yourself. Make sure you've got things kind of planned out in a general sense. You don't have to be too specific. You'll see some people with the planning tool just going crazy. And you're really going to do that after you sell your first prison anyways, and you have a lot of money up front, because the money that you get from selling your prison, you can use right at the start of your next prison. So you're going to be starting, after you sell this one, you could, say like 300,000, for example. So you can design a $300,000 prison right from the start before you even like get the extra money from grants and things of that nature. So when you're doing that, you kind of want to use the planning tool a lot more up front and then build it. Because you don't really have to wait so long to do that kind of stuff. So again, just a pointer for those that are not as familiar. We will get there as well, though, soon enough, and then you can kind of see with your own eyes. Watch as I do. Do as I say as I do. Wait. Do as I say as I do. Wow. Wait. I'm getting myself confused. It's too gosh darn late. I need to be up for work in a few hours, so I'm going to go and do that. Anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and let's kick some butt in the next one. Of course, if you have any pointers for me, if you're more advanced than me, which I'm sure there are a million of you out there, drop a comment in the comment section, and hopefully I can check it out and implement it for the next episode. And of course, if you have questions of me that I haven't covered or I haven't made clear, comments as well, and I'll answer you there, and of course include kind of a verbal answer in the next video as well for people who missed out on the comments. So anyways, cool. That's gonna be it for this episode, and until the next episode, I say unto you, peace out.